Okay, parents, grab your caffeine because today we're talking about something that could literally change the course of your child's entire education. If you've ever sat in a school meeting feeling like you're speaking an entirely different language while the school staff smiles politely but tells you, let's just wait and see, this episode is for you. I recently did an episode on what happens if the federal government dissolves the Department of Education. Yeah, because apparently that's where we are now. And a listener wrote in asking, what are the school accommodations you were talking about? And baby, you need to know this, so let's break it down. Today, we're diving into 504 plans and IEPs, where they came from, what they do, and most importantly, how you, dear exhausted but badass parent, can make sure your ADHD child actually gets one. Oh, and in case you weren't already low-key panicking, both of these life-changing support systems are currently on the chopping block, with 17 states suing to gut 504 protections and IEPs hanging by a thread if the Department of Education gets dismantled. Yes, I said it. So grab your favorite cup and let's dive in. Welcome back to Chaos and Caffeine, where we give you ADHD parenting with no bull. My name is Danielle Kelly, your ADHD parenting bestie. With 6 years of specialized training to become the best mom that I can be, I am now here to share all of that knowledge with you, my friend. So let's get into what's the difference between a 504 plan and an IEP. Okay, let's talk about what these plans actually do. 504 plans. Think of this as an accommodation to level the playing field, extra time on tests, seating in the front or the back of the class, fidget tools, or permission to use noise-canceling headphones. A 504 plan is covered under the Rehabilitation Act of 1973, specifically Section 504, which protects students from discrimination. Yeah, this thing's been around for a long time. IEPs, Individualized Education Plan. This is the golden ticket of special education services, with legally binding goals, progress tracking, and even therapy services like speech or OT. An IEP falls under the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, IDEA, and is designed for students whose disability directly affects their abilities to learn in a general education setting. So basically, a 504 plan is for children who can be successful in the general education classrooms with a little bit of accommodations. And IEPs are for children who may need to be in a special education classroom or may need to have their curriculum adjusted. So, how can we get one for our child? Step 1, request an evaluation in writing always. Schools legally have to respond in a certain amount of time, but you have to be the squeaky wheel or they'll drag their feet. If they deny your request, get an independent education evaluation. Yes, it's expensive, but it's a game changer. Looking for some new toys and tools that your ADHD kiddos will love? Play Therapy Supply has you covered with a great selection of toys, games, and fidgets that can be used by ADHD children, their parents, caregivers, and professionals alike. From fidget toys that help children calm down, de-stress, and focus, to social-emotional learning resources to help kids understand their feelings and emotions, to games and activities designed to improve emotional regulation. Play Therapy Supply has it all. For thousands of items and fast and free shipping, visit playtherapysupply.com today. Step 2, attend the eligibility meeting. This is the meeting where they decide whether your child qualifies. Schools often lowball needs, so bring documentation, including teacher notes, behavior logs, and medical diagnoses. Step 3, advocate like a lawyer in a true crime docuseries. The school will offer what's available, but you need to push for what's necessary. Schools have budgets and you have receipts. Don't be afraid to push back. Tips for IEP and 504 meetings. First, we're going to come in with our own agenda. The school will always have theirs. Bring someone with you, a spouse, an advocate, or even a friend, because they will try to talk circles around you. Ask for everything in writing. Verbal promises mean nothing in special education. Email every conversation summary to keep a paper trail. Don't sign anything at the meeting that you do not understand. Take it home, read it, make edits if needed, and then sign. Know the magic words. Can you show me the data supporting that decision? I'd like that in writing, please. I'm not sure I agree. Let's reconvene. Also, I need to add one very important part here. Do not go into this meeting afraid. I have so many parents who come to me saying, Danielle, I'm not sure I can go in and stand boldly. If you do not go in ready to advocate, ready to understand the acronyms, to ask for clarification on things you don't understand, to ask who is in the meeting and what their job title is, to clarify anything that you do not understand, if you do not go in boldly, ready to advocate for your child, you could be setting them up for an unsuccessful year, or even worse. The chopping block, why it matters now. Oh, did I mention that 504s and IEPs are under attack? Now, several parents on social media have told me I'm overreacting, but I would like to tell you for just a moment why I'm not. 17 states are suing to have 504 protections overturned. If they win, say goodbye to accommodations for special education needs such as ADHD, dyslexia, autism, and so much more. If the Department of Education is dismantled, no one will enforce IEP compliance, meaning schools could stop providing services and no one would be there to hold them accountable. This is why staying informed and advocating right now is critical. If these protections disappear, we'll have to fight even harder to get our kids the support they need. And personally, in our family, my son's test scores have literally doubled with these 504 accommodations. Before I go off on a tangent, let me go ahead and introduce you to our product of the week. And this week, I actually have two because, trust me, you're going to want both of these. First, the Special Education Playbook for Parents, the complete guide to navigating the 504 and IEP process by Wendy Taylor. If you want a step-by-step roadmap for getting your kid the school accommodations they need, this is the book for you. And second, Your Special Education Rights, What Your School District Isn't Telling You by Jennifer Lovino and Julie Swanson. This book pulls back the curtain on what schools won't tell you so you can walk into meetings fully prepared. Links to both of these are in the show notes. Now, if you're feeling completely overwhelmed and you're like, dang, I need this strong-willed Capricorn on my side, lucky for you, I've got just the process. If your child has just been diagnosed with ADHD or you have been winging it up until now, my friend, no judgment. I'm having a free workshop, First Steps After Diagnosis, where I'll break down exactly what to do next so that you're not left flailing in the dark. And yes, if you're wondering, one of our weekly modules will be advocating for school accommodations. Use the link in the show notes to sign up now. Trust me, you, your kid, and your kid's future will thank me. Before I sign off for the week, I want to leave you guys with a little affirmation, some self-love, if you will, or maybe it's just a little love note to myself. I am my child's best advocate, and I will fight for the support they need, no matter what. Just for good measure in these daunting times, let's say it one more time. I am my child's best advocate, and I will fight for the support they need, no matter what. Because no one is coming to save us, but we are powerful AF. All right, my beautiful, chaotic, but caffeinated warriors. If this episode helped you, please share it with another parent who needs to hear it. And if you haven't yet, do all the things, subscribe, leave a review, and let's keep fighting for our kids. Now, go forth, drink more caffeine, and raise some hell in those IEP meetings. Until next time, stay fierce, stay informed, and stay caffeinated.